let's put a pin on this conversation. Let's pick up, hopefully after you pick up a dub at the next Subversiv. Oh, dude, come on.
Oh, my bad.
Come on. Like, literally. In 3, 2, 1. Oh, no, you don't have to clap. We already synced, bro. Do you want to clap anyway? All right. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you're off, bro.
That's why I didn't take it. I didn't do band the second year.
You didn't do band the second? Wait. You did band?
I did band in middle school.
Band nerd? I didn't know that about you, sir. Baritone. Okay.
Baritone.
Okay.
Close to first.
But how did that interfere with what obviously would have been your wrestling season?
It was middle school. I only started wrestling when I was a sophomore in high school.
Really?
So I did boxing since I was 9 years old.
Okay.
And then from then on, then I just kind of just did that. That's all I did. That's all the sports I did. And then once high school season came around, or freshman year, I wanted to try football. And honestly, I was always told I was too small.
Okay.
But then I would cut like a lot of weight just because I used to fight like 98 pounds, sometimes lower, or like the hundreds.
Okay.
So, you know, I was small no matter what.
Well, it's a surprise to me because you've seen like a wrestler since day one, since I've known you. So you took to it really well. Yeah. What was the draw? What was the appeal? Because you were boxing at the time. So what made you switch?
I wasn't like a big fan of boxing when I was like little. But then again, it was like good for me. But my dad always made me sure like to keep me in. It'll always keep me like out of trouble and focused. And then on top of that, just ready to scrap whenever. So one year, my friends were trying to get me to join the wrestling team. I went out my freshman year to the off season. I liked it, but my dad's like, nah, you're still going to stick to boxing. I was like, all right. And then sophomore year, I ended up being like, I really want to do high school sports. And then I chose water polo first because football was like kind of already had their thing people. So I was like, I don't want to ride the bench, bro. Like, that's what I heard. So I decided to play water polo and honestly really, really fucked with it.
Okay.
Honestly, the cardio, trying to drown someone, and then also like, it's pretty cool.
So I'm sorry, I didn't really know that was the full extent of what you're trying to do.
I mean, I was like the smallest person, but like, fuck it. Like, if I had to take down someone like 210, whatever, they sent me in, and then that was it. But then after that, I met a really good friend of mine, and he was going to do wrestling. He's like, let's do it together. And I was like, yeah, I was planning on it. Let's do it. And then after that, first season, I was hooked. My first off-season tournament, freestyle, I got my first cauliflower ear. And then my friends at the time, like my teammates, they were just like, yeah, bro, it's going to go away. And I was like, oh, you sure? And my mom and my parents didn't know what it was. And they're like, yeah, it's just going to go away. And then next, you know, they're like, but just letting you know, you can't quit now because you got the cauliflower ear. So that means you can't quit. And I always stuck to that. Like, wow, I can't stop doing this sport. And ever since then, I just never stopped.
Good for you, man. How'd you find jiu-jitsu? Because you found a gym that was probably a slam dunk for your style. Like, yeah, this is a very aggressive gym. They're known for great pressure, always fun to watch.
Yeah.
So how did that happen for you?
Well, for me, like jiu-jitsu, I actually started at Riverside MMA. That's when one of my wrestling coaches pulled me in. He saw me working out. It was my first year doing Mount Sac wrestling, the junior college. And then he saw me working out. He pulled me in, taught me like a few classes. And that's where I met Tyler and Kenny, and then the owner of Riverside MMA. And then just finished off my wrestling season. And then COVID happened. I was like, dude, I'm getting fat. I'm like 215 at one point, and I was like, fuck, this sucks. So then another really good friend of mine, Geiger, he brought me into Carlson, Gracie Riverside. Then that's kind of how it got going. And then I met everyone from Peerless and Millennia. They've always been welcoming to me. They've always been like really cool with me, always invited me to come train. And I really grown like a really good relationship with them. And then next thing you know, things happen. And I needed a home, and there was no better place to be besides Peerless and Millennia. And ever since then, I don't regret my decision. I love that place to death. So.
You make sense, dude. And I love seeing you still teach over at Riverside. So that's a cool connection that you still have with them. And, you know, I mean, I went to school at Mount Sac as well. So I have that connection with you.
Hey.
I wasn't competing on a wrestling team. I was competing on a speech team, which is kind of one of their best programs, honestly. There.
Hey, well, so are we.
Hold on, have you won national championships though?
Actually, they just won state 2 years in a row.
That's not bad. I won state a couple times in speech.
Hey, well, guess what? That's why you're very good at your job.
That's what I'm supposed to do,
exactly.
sir.
Cheers.
Right. Cheers indeed. You didn't bring me one though. Okay, let's talk about this, okay? Because when you were like, how do we get this in your hand? I was like, I have no problem with it. But then I said, don't throw it. And
my ears are closed. I have very selective hearing, and that at that time I was just hyped that my boy won.
Yeah, as you should be, and I was happy for you to have family win for you. I just didn't know what to do when I'm sitting there looking at you throwing it, and I thought, well, maybe he's got a shotgun arm. No, he does not. That was one of the worst throws I've ever seen.
Recently, I threw something and I hurt my elbow. So I'm done throwing shit until I have my own kids and I'm tossing them a ball.
That's fair.
Maybe a dodgeball once in a while, but I'm only good for 2 rounds and that's it.
But for dodgeball, that's got to be important for the kids though, because you also bring a hell of kids whenever we do wild style. So you're a coach. So literally you compete one day, the next day you show up and you're like right there coaching with that.
Yeah, honestly, I just got done coaching right now. Actually,
nice.
I was in Huntington Beach.
Oh, I saw that
for the California beach wrestling tournament.
How was that, dude?
It was definitely different. This rule set's different. It's different, but like in a fun way.
Okay.
Like, I wish I would have done it, but I was like, I got this going on. And then even when my bracket wasn't even popping up. So by the time my bracket would have started, I would have been late to here and I would have not even did an interview. I mean, I would have ducked you 3 times.
I mean, I'm used to it at this point. I mean? And the thing is, I've been trying to get you to come do an interview, come roll. This dude ducking all the time. So
but I'm always coaching. So
whatever, dude. Everybody here is coaching. Get out of here, bro.
Yeah,
I'm coaching. I'm doing this. I'm editing this. I got tons of jobs, bro. But I would make the time to get some rolls in. It's very sad to me when I'm like, hey, bud, it'd be fun to roll with you.
It would be fun. It's just a mission to drive. But I will make the time to go.
All right. So maybe after the Subversive, we find that time and we're going to do what I call marathon rolls, which means it's just an hour straight of rolling.
I have a pretty good gassing, so
I think you do. I know. That's not what I'm afraid of.
So, all right, as long as you put the timer on, we keep going.
Oh, bro, that's fine, dude. I don't think you know. Like when you get to being my old age, you literally just do this, where you go, I don't need that clock. We're just here for a while because I'm just trying to be less fat. That's really what I'm trying to do.
Well, me too.
Yeah.
I mean, I the first submersive I did was at 185, and I had a cut for that.
Yeah. Well, you're just built like a tank. I don't know what to tell you. It's not necessarily like, oh man, I'm just fat. It's like, bro, you make good use of your size with your wrestling. That's why we like bringing you here at Subversive.
Yeah, it's funny because like my coaches seen me. Like I said, I always used to train with them anyway, especially when I was consistently fighting and competing. So I was like competing at like jiu-jitsu tournaments at 55 and fighting at 45.
Gotcha.
So I used to be a lot smaller, and then I got back. Especially after my knee surgery too, I came back and they're like, "Yeah, Sauce, you're thick sauce, bro." I'm like, I forgot what they call me, like ranch or barbecue sauce. I was like, bro, what the fuck?
Hey, you know what? I gotta
my boy Lorenz keeps reminding me. He keeps reminding me, and my coaches too. They're like, big boy Sauce. But the good thing is though, I'm not too far away, and from what the weight requirement is.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm just trying to make my way down little by little. And compete a little bit more and more.
I mean, I like seeing you compete. So there's a reason why you find yourself back on these cards. You put together exciting action. I don't know if you ever heard me like the first time I think you were competing for us. Maybe the second. I'm not sure exactly when, but I literally was saying, I was like, Sauce? Does he go by Sauce? Because Saucedo, when you see that, you go, I should probably say the full name. But then I see the branding is all Sauce based. So I got nervous and I was kind of doing both.
Right.
But then I see part of the branding for Sauce is that you also teach. So when you have like a whole system. So what is the meaning behind the name Saucedo Wrestling, like, or Saucedo Training whenever you're getting the guys there?
It's Sauce Training.
Sauce Training.
But to be honest, like I got that nickname when I was little. Yeah, when I started fighting, everyone called me by my last name. I stopped hearing Andrew probably eighth grade.
Okay.
And then everyone just called me Sauce. And then after that, I think everybody just kind of like, from my wrestling, from my boxing, I've always been entertaining. So I always got that sauce, you know?
Okay.
And I bring that style to not just like my competition, but to my coaching style.
Gotcha.
You know, I don't mind getting like taken down because I'll just get right back up, or I might do some funky stuff to get back at you, and you're like, what the fuck? How do you end up here? Or I just took you down. How are you behind me? Like some crazy stuff. And ever since then, I always built it around that sauce training and just built it off of fundamentals. Because if you master the fundamentals, then you could play around with it more and more. Just like jiu-jitsu. Like you see all this like arm bars. Now who invented the flying arm bar? Like, come on, bro. You had to do the basics before you start jumping into shit.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So that's basically just kind of what sauce training is. And on top of that, I've never been a high level wrestler. I know you guys all seen me, but I didn't really do shit in high school. I didn't really do a whole lot in college. I placed at tournaments. I've been in the finals. I've done some things, but to the people that I've either beaten or the people that I've gone against or lost this close, like shit like that, like I'm at this point in my career of like grappling, like I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm just gonna go out there and do my thing. And honestly, it shows all my hard work. And it's funny because I've been to some pretty good people that have done some good things. So honestly, I just use that as motivation. And then on top of that, it motivates my kids. Like, hey, bro, if Coach Sauce could do it, fuck it, you can.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, let's do this, sir. Let's put a pin on this conversation. Let's pick up, hopefully after you pick up a dub at the next Subversiv. Oh, dude, come on.
Oh, my bad.
Come on. Like literally.
We were doing so good.
Bro. Okay.
So good.
Here's what we're going to do. Are you going to get out there and beat up Rich a little bit later?
I brought clothes just in case, but I don't.
See, here's the thing. Do you know what you were challenging you to do out there?
No.
Okay. So there's a couple different things. One, we're looking for the most creative way for somebody to beat up a robot. So that little robot that's out there, I'm looking for the most creative way to do it. But number two, we got a game called the Grappling Hour Challenge. What you do is you pull a submission out of a deck of cards. You have 2 minutes to hit that submission on Rich. Can you do it?
Can I do it? Yeah, I could do it.
Okay. I want to see if you can do it. That's all. Yeah. I mean, we're subjecting one of our guys here who works.
I know. He's like, I got fed to the wolves.
He does, bro. But I mean, like, if you can't catch him, I mean, that's fine. Just admit it and we can move on from there. And that's fine.
That's true.
But I think you got a good shot. So I'm rooting for you, not Rich. Just don't break him because he has to put away stuff at the end of the night.
Oh, no. I might help him put away stuff.
Oh, that's very nice of you. A good guy.
A nice guy.
Let me say this. See, that's camera right there.
Yeah.
What I want you to do, look at that camera and tell the people where they can come train with you, where they can come find you, etc.
Hi, my name is Andrew Saucedo, otherwise known as Sauce. You can find me under Sauce Training on Instagram, or Andrew Sauce on my regular Instagram to see some of the highlights. On top of that, if I also teach kids classes at Riverside MMA, jiu-jitsu, and a little bit of MMA and stuff like that. And then on top of that, I train at Peerless and Millennia, some of the best teams in all of California. So if you ever want to come by and train with me, hit me up. I got open mats. My gym does a great open mat on Sundays and Saturdays in the morning. I just started a wrestling open mat on Sundays. You'll catch me there too. Even at Millennia, we have craziest open mats ever. So come on by, and I hope to see you soon.
That's what's up, sir. I look forward to seeing you back over there. And do you drink? Are you a guy who drinks at all?
Yeah, I enjoy a
little beverage. Okay,
You know, if I'm in a chill mood, I'll have some whiskey.
All right, here's what I would say. I don't know if you're a beer guy, but you come up to train at my place. We'll have beers afterwards. How's that sound? All right, we'll train, we'll roll. After I beat you up a few times and tap you, then we'll grab some beers.
Exactly.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Saucedo.